So now that it's all done and dusted, it's 2-1 England, everything to play for in Manchester. This is our review. This is our review as to what went wrong and the 10 points or the 10 takeaways from the Lord's Test. Where India could have done better, where India could have shut shop and batted England out of the game at one point or bowled England out, where India can actually improve. Multiple times we've seen in this series that India has taken the advantage and has taken the onus, but then somehow, somewhere, they've faltered and let England back. That's the thing that is going wrong. Let's start with 10-9 in that reverse order. What's your 10th point or the 10th takeaway from this game?
Oh, this game, I think once again you've let yourself down with the catches. You've let yourself down with the fielding. There were far too many loose fieldings, and I keep going back to that Mohammad Siraj spell where a lot of wickets were dropped. A lot of catches were dropped. You let a Bryden Cast and a Jamie Smith partnership flourish once again. Those 50 runs from Bryden Cast, I think, made all the difference. If you had 50 runs less, and that Jamie Smith drop as well from KL Rahul, that was one regulation catch that should not have slipped out of KL Rahul's hands. He's one of the safest fielders in the slip, and the fact that he just could not judge the height of it and fingers up or down. I think that has been one of the biggest conundrums in the slip cordon, and maybe some more work needs to be put in there. But when it comes to catches, and especially that Jamie Smith-Bryden Cast partnership, that was a defining moment for England. They took the advantage over there. They took the momentum over there. Before that, India had all the momentum, but they let it loose, and they let it loose multiple times. In Edgbaston, these things did not happen, and which is why you ended up winning the match. Every time you had momentum, you made sure that you carried it forward. But at Lord's, there were multiple times where you had the momentum, you let it slip. You put the pressure back. You put the pressure on England, and you allowed them to put it back on you. So I think fielding and those dropped catches haunted India big time.
I think that's an absolutely fair call at number 10. Number 9 are the moments. In sport, it is all about winning those moments. I thought India lost 4 moments. One, that run out Rishabh, Pant and KL Rahul for me was number 9. In fact, could have even been number 1. That was the turning point of the game for me. 248 for 3. 248 for 3, and all of a sudden, you lost that, and 254 for 5. So, within 6 runs, you had the 2 set batters out. You had KL Rahul out at 254, you had Rishabh Pant out at 248. For me, that was an absolutely huge 5 minutes of play, pre-post lunch, where that run out and then that Shoaib Bashir delivery to KL Rahul. Could that run out have impacted him? We don't know. But these are moments. These are moments which India lost, when India could have absolutely taken advantage of it and rubbed it in. You had that partnership between Rahul and Pant. Sadly, you weren't able to do. Number 8.
No runs up top from Yashasvi Jaiswal. I think after that 100, you haven't got anything from Yashasvi Jaiswal. There's been no impact from his bat. And Yashasvi Jaiswal's role is so important here. Somehow it's always falling, the pressure is falling back, or the responsibility is falling on KL Rahul over and over again. And how many times can one batter save you in a test series? Yashasvi Jaiswal has to step up after this. Yashasvi Jaiswal is someone who can switch gears very, very effectively and very fast. He knows when to defend, he knows when to aggress, and he's one of those batters who will come out with great intent. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to see that in the past few innings. And if Yashasvi Jaiswal had, especially in that second innings, if he had got some runs up top, if he had played out the day, that last 1 hour with KL Rahul, things would have looked much better for India. Maybe they wouldn't have even lost that game. Yashasvi Jaiswal, at this point, with the way that the batting lineup is batting, you've got a Shubman Gill who's batting well. Karun Nair can fend the new ball. Rishabh Pant can come in and score a lot of runs with KL Rahul as well. Yashasvi Jaiswal, what he needed to do was negate that new ball, be it aggressive. I don't care if he scored only 30 runs, but aggressive 30 runs at the top would have changed the dynamics, would have put pressure back on England. And even if he did not score 100 or 150, that wouldn't have mattered, because he would have successfully changed the dynamic of the game with an aggressive innings. Unfortunately, we haven't seen any of that from him.
Yeah, last 4 innings haven't been great for Jaiswal. No. So last 4 innings, about 60 odd runs for Jaiswal. Is that a worry for India already? after that superb start in Leeds where he gets a big one? Is that a worry that the form tapering off? Can he get it back in Manchester? That's a big call. Number 7, obviously that elephant in the room, the number 3 position. Number 3 position, can Karun Nair step up? Multiple times, he's got a 26, he's got a 31, he's got 13 again, and in the first innings he's got a 40. So multiple times Karun Nair has come close, given it away. That's a big problem in that number 3 position for India. Will they change? Will they go to Sai Sudarshan? Will they get someone else? We will have to wait and see. But that is a massive thing, because your number 3 cannot be your weak link. And when you're negating the new ball, you convert. You negating the new ball, you get your opportunity, you convert. Unfortunately for Karun Nair, he has not been able to grab the opportunities that have come his way. Number 5. Or 6, right?
I'm not sure.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is, we'll just play them out now. Shubman Gill's weakness against the new ball. So far what you've seen is whenever he scored, you saw that there were runs up top. There was a Karun Nair who batted for long. There was a Yashasvi Jaiswal who batted not much, but did negate the new ball. And in this test match, just when you needed Shubman Gill to step up, he had 2 chances. It was, I thought the captain shouldn't have been, you shouldn't have to protect the Indian test captain from the new ball. Now, this could be a one-off match because Shubman Gill has, and we've said that multiple times, that he's looked flawless in the innings that he's played, in that double century, in that 146 as well, and the other innings that he's played very, very well. But at the same time, he should have built a partnership with KL Rahul.
Yeah, but Shubman Gill on the other side he's had 2 incredible test matches. I understand. The first innings, for example, was a freakish out. They had a different ploy. They had a new strategy, getting the keeper up and was bowling. It was not about the new. My point is, getting set, don't get out. So he had already played about 40 balls. He was 16 or so batting. That was a ploy that kind of upset him. Chris Woakes starting to bowl with the keeper up, with all of that stuff happening. I thought that's where Shubman Gill fell into that trap and gave his wicket away. But the Indian captain, the point that I will take from what Gargi is saying is the Indian captain has to lead from the front. This team needs him. 2 failures, India can't afford. 2 failures from the captain, clearly it impacted the result in this game. Number 4 from me, I thought, absolutely, again, something that I've emphasized multiple times. When you have momentum, you don't let it slip. I've made 2 points here about moments. Even Jadeja and Washington Sundar.
Oh, yeah.
Don't just Washington Sundar and Ravindra Jadeja. They were in complete control in the first innings. Nothing was happening with that old ball. And the second new cherry had also started to get old, where Jadeja had that tickle and got out. 30-run lead there, different matter. 30-run lead would have nullified that 60 runs that England got too many. That's where, Jadeja multiple times, he's 72, 89. Multiple times Ravindra Jadeja has threatened the 100. Get it. There is a difference between scoring an 89 and a 72 and a 50. Get that 100, because the moment you get 100, you have automatically taken your side to a kind of protection which your team needs. Ravindra Jadeja has batted wonderfully well in this series. Wonderfully well. But just get that 100. Get that 100, because that will make an enormous difference. Enormous difference. Number 2.
I'm going to say a positive one. I think Washington Sundar, Nitish Kumar Reddy have
justified
themselves and justified Gautam Gambhir's selection, or whoever's call that was. They have justified it. The fact that Nitish Kumar Reddy got you that.
So you now know your balance, except Karun Nair. Yeah.
Except number 3, you know what balance to go in with. Washington Sundar proved to be the difference, and the fact that he's giving you so much solidity in the lower middle order is proof enough that he belongs in that team. The fact that he also gave that incredible spell where he got 4 wickets. 4 wickets. That was also something that completely justified his seat in the team. Also, Nitish Kumar Reddy getting those 2 wickets in 1 over.
Even the way he batted, he was scratchy. But even the second innings, he looked look, he was willing to fight it out. That I thought.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Go on.
In the two innings, first one was very scratchy from him. And we say this, this is test cricket. Your batting should look ugly, and it did. It looked very scratchy from Nitish Kumar Reddy, but at the same time, he never lost heart. He's a very calm and composed batter. As a player itself, he is very calm and composed, and he took that pressure. He completely soaked in that pressure. The first one was scratchy, but he negated that new ball. And at that point, Jofra Archer and Chris Woakes were spitting fire from both ends. In the second innings, he looked very solid. That one drive that almost escaped Chris Woakes, I think, was at covers. But again, he did his job. He can negate the new ball. Now you have an option that if you need protection, if you need to sort of strategize or send players up and down the order, Nitish Kumar Reddy is more than capable of negating the new ball. He's done that twice, and he's done his job well.
I think that the one point that I would kind of emphasize a lot is the absence of Rishabh Pant on the field.
Oof.
Rishabh Pant's presence is not just as a wicketkeeper. Rishabh Pant's presence is also that of a leader. You will see multiple times, if you go back to Edgbaston, if you go back to Leeds, you will see the impact Rishabh Pant had on Shubman Gill, had on the game. Time and again, going up to the Indian captain, getting that think tank together, speaking about multiple changes, making adjustments to the field, getting the field right for particular bowlers. Rishabh Pant has been absolutely tremendous. 30 plus runs conceded in the second innings as extras. I am not blaming Dhruv Jurel, but the fact is, unfortunately for Dhruv Jurel, he wasn't able to come to terms with the exaggerated swing, something that Pant spoke about in the press conference after the ball passes the batter. That's something that you will see here in England. After the ball passes the batter, there will be swing. Many byes were conceded by Dhruv Jurel, and Rishabh Pant's presence on the field made a massive impact for India in Edgbaston and Leeds. And India suffered from that in Birmingham. At Lords. Rishabh not being there. Gill was kind of, yes, there is Bumrah. Yes, there is Rahul. But Rishabh, given his leadership role, given his vice-captaincy position, is an absolutely essential cog in that Indian wheel. And India missed out. On Rishabh Pant. To summarize, where does India go from here, Gargi? Because the fact is, as people are watching this show, you will be on your way to Manchester soon. I'll take a 4-day break in India and be back and join you once again in Manchester. The team will take a bit of a break now. They will be in Beckenham for about 3-4 days.
Yeah.
They will be in Beckenham. They will practice on the 17th. That's the news point. Rohit Juglan will be there in Beckenham for us and report. How do you envisage the team recalibrate?
I think at this point, forget about it. The easiest way is to focus on what is next and not what happened. Obviously, you take your lessons from there. Your biggest lesson, I think, not lesson, but your biggest recalibration will be the number 3 spot. I think that's where you have to put some thought in. Does Sai Sudarshan come back? Sai Sudarshan looked good in that first test. So does Sai Sudarshan come back? Do you drop a Karun Nair?
And he's had multiple net sessions where he's put in the hard yard. So when we say someone coming back, we have seen the enormous effort that Sai Sudarshan has been continuously putting in.
Absolutely. So if there's a recalibration when it comes to the team combination, there's just one. Apart from that, I think you figured it out. I think you figured out your best 11. Washington Sundar is a good addition. Nitish Kumar Reddy has been a brilliant addition. Number 3 is where the confusion or the dilemma still lies. Will India give another long rope or another chance to Karun Nair is something that remains to be seen. But apart from that, I think what you did after Leeds in those practice sessions leading up to the Edgbaston test, the multiple slip cordon practices, something we did not see ahead of Lords.
Turnaround was less.
Turnaround was there. Obviously, there are multiple factors involved, but I'm just saying, intense fielding sessions, you need that back.
Very good points made, and here ahead of Manchester there is a gap, which is not bad because this has been an absolutely intense series. 3 test matches which went to day 5, 3 test matches which we can rightly say went down to the wire. Ahead of day 5, you did not know who wins Leeds, you did not know who wins Edgbaston, you did not know who wins Lords. So that is the kind of intensity that we have been seeing right through the series. So some days off is not bad for for
the
the
Indian
two teams, including India. This is a youngish side. They will recuperate and recalibrate and some injuries. So they will have to get over. Rishabh Pant, for example, will have to recuperate and come back from that injury. So it's not bad. I agree with the point about taking your mind off cricket for a couple of days. 15th and 16th, take your mind off cricket. London, do your High Commissioner's dinner and all of that and social stuff and get it out of the way. 17th, come back, travel to Manchester and then come full back. I do think there is a lot left in this series. Absolutely. I do think India can come back. Absolutely. I do think I've seen enough to say this team has a lot of potential to push England back once again in Manchester.
100%. I think this is a team that will not back down. And that's one quality that you look for in a transitioning team. The fact that this is a very young team led by a very young captain, yet they've taken every single test match to the last session of the last day is something you need to give them credit for. They've got a lot of fight in them. They've got a lot of intent. They just need to learn, and they will learn.